What's going on, guys? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are talking about our KVK and what all went down in Kingsland, because I have received dozens of messages asking me what the heck happened to 1079 and our allies in Kingsland, because last everyone saw, we were free burning everybody out of Kingsland. And I will say this, when I logged off on Sunday night, this was on Sunday night a couple days ago, we were free burning them. We were burning basically every single flag we were touching. We had full field control. Literally everything was in our favor. And like the thought behind my mind was like, when I wake up, like Kingsland will be won, KVK will be over, and everything will be good. Then I wake up, and as you can see, we did not win KVK. And so I wake up to like 6 different Discord notifications, one of which saying KVK is over. And like before even logging in the game, I was like, oh great, we won. Like KVK is done. We can, spend the rest of KVK, basically farming in Kingsland, getting a ton of honor, basically winning everything, right? Trying to figure out who gets the Zig. And then I read the next notifications saying TP to zone 4 ASAP or you will be zeroed. And I was like, dude, what? Why are we going to zone 4 if we won? This is all before I logged in the game, keep in mind. And I was already in zone 4, so I wasn't worried about, being zeroed or anything like that. I was already in a safe zone just because I knew I was going to go to bed. And because the night before I was, fighting up until late. And, we were fighting around this area right here, kind of holding them off from the Zig. But if you guys remember from live streams, we actually had like a long stretch of territory right about here where we were blocking off fire camp, this little pink part right here. We were blocking them off from the Zig, and we were basically wind camp was entirely out of KVK. They had almost nothing besides this territory up here and a little bit on the side over here by this pass. So wind camp was basically out of Kingsland. Not entirely, but for the most part was out of Kingsland. Fire camp was performing very, very well. They did very, very well in this KVK. They should 100% get the Zig. But Fire camp was pushing up this way toward our flag and was trying to burn our flag. It was actually right in this area was where our flag was. Right where these 2 flags are is where our like make it or break it flag was placed. Where if this flag was burned, all of our territory that went all the way up here was gone. Our flagging was not phenomenal because I kept on saying on live stream too, like these flags, if we lose these flags, we lose Kingsland. And that's exactly what happened. Because what happened is the Americans in 1079 all logged off, Europeans all logged off, and I'm not blaming like the different time zone players, but what I am saying is that a majority of our kingdom went to bed because we were like, oh, KVK is over, we won, Kingsland's basically over, we're just free burning them out of here. And then obviously that didn't happen because Fire Camp rallied up and they started burning our flags and they cut our territory. And that actually made our leadership say, we can't do this. We can't hold on to this because our allies up here had already lost their pass and were struggling quite a bit over there. And so I think they made an executive decision of like, okay, our allies are pretty much out. We lost pretty much 80% of our Kingsland territory around the Zig. And so I think they just decided, okay, we're done. We need to figure out how we can salvage this KVK to get some rewards. And so we lost, which I wasn't awake, so I have no idea what exactly all went down, what flags were exactly burnt, but what I do know is we lost KVK, and the details are kind of foggy for me because it's just so crazy to me that everybody, literally everybody was so sure that we won KVK. Like KVK is over. There's no chance that Fire Camp can come back because they're burning literally everywhere. Wind Camp burning pretty much everywhere, almost out of Kingsland. And then I wake up the next morning, like literally 7 or 8 hours later, and we had lost KVK. So that's honestly just crazy to me that we're at that point where it's like, okay, yep, we lost KVK because this doesn't really feel like, it just feels numb almost, if that makes sense. Because it's like, it's honestly just like a state of shock of like, how on earth did we lose this? Because if you guys were watching the live streams, like I streamed most of Kingsland and we were winning the entire time up until the last hour. And so, huge props to Fire Camp, Omniarch's kingdom. They fought phenomenally. Like they did very, very well in Kingsland. I definitely think they were great opponents. I'll pop a map up on here too, so you guys can kind of see like the power difference between all the camps. You can see Fire Camp was the big dog in this KVK. They're in the top left. They had the most power. They had the most kill points. So they were obviously like the ones that were supposed to be the ones to be like, yep, we're going to win this KVK because we're the top dog. And like their garrisoning was phenomenal. Like we would have entire field control, everything. We'd have the entire objective completely surrounded, hitting people reinforcing. We'd have a rally on there. The rally would go like 10, 15 minutes. We would not be able to burn it. I don't know if it's because their garrisons are just so strong, if it's because their reinforcing was so dang good, or if it's because our rallies were just that bad. I honestly don't really know. But I know like Khan, he's our king. He has some of the best archer gear and equipment and armaments in the game. And some of his rallies still couldn't crack the garrisons. I do have a couple of favorites here. I think these are more with the Scipio. Just because I wanted to see how Scipio was doing, which he did very, very well. However, these were instances where we had complete field control. They didn't really have that many reinforcements. So, you know, take these with a grain of salt. But I just think like their garrisoning and flag durability was just so strong that it was just that difficult to beat them. They were able to fill literally everything. I mean, I'll make another video in a couple weeks when we get like the recap of everything. Just because I think that's kind of fun to look at as well. But so many people have been asking me like what happened. So I was like, I just need to make a video on here explaining everything. Huge props to Fire Camp, huge props to Omniarch. Their side, phenomenal. I thought this was one of the most fun Kingslands I've had in a long time. I was talking to Omniarch about that. He was like, dude, me too. Like this was a lot of fun. And we did a lot of fighting. And I had a lot of kill points gained. I think I gained a little over 1 billion kill points throughout KVK, finishing at 6.7. I remember in live stream when we entered Kingsland, I was like, what are the odds I can get to 7 billion kill points in this KVK? And obviously, I didn't hit it. That was a pretty big goal. That was like 1.3 or 1.4 billion kill points. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a pretty advantageous goal for me. I mean, obviously, I had the resources. I had the speed up. So it was just the fighting, the amount of fighting. If Kingsland was still going on right now, I would 100% be well past 7 billion kill points. Like, we would 100% be there. I think in Kingsland, like the first couple hours, I got like 200 million kill points. And then in the second day, we had the kill event. I think I finished with 300 or 400 million kill points. So in Kingsland, we got a ton of kill points. And like I said, I'll be covering video on the total amount of kills, kill points, healing, all that kind of stuff in a future video. I will also be making a video about commanders, how commanders all did, especially William Wallace, making a video on that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But let me know down below what you guys think about this KVK. If you're just as shocked as I am, or if you thought they were going to win all along, because the polls in my live streams are pretty split 50-50. It was like 58 to 42, or, you know, around 60-40. Pretty close, like not like 80-20, not like, oh yeah, you guys are 100% winning. I mean, on paper, we were the underdogs. Based off power, based on kill points. But, you know, we had high expectations to win this KVK. So it is disappointing that we did lose, but it was a lot of fun. But, you know, huge props to Fire Camp and Water Camp. Fire Camp was just absolutely phenomenal. I had a lot of fun fighting them. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later.